Welcome Earth Angels to this grounding flow for Taurus season. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're old, then welcome back. I'm going to link a playlist down below that you can flow along with, especially for Taurus season. And just a reminder that I am practicing out in the elements, so if there's any external noise, I do apologize. But all you're going to need for this practice is a yoga mat, is yourself, so I'll see you back here in a second. Okay, so welcoming you to the mat. We're going to start seated today. So just coming to a comfortable seated position, whether that's cross-legged, maybe hero's pose. And we can start just by placing one hand to the heart, one to the belly to begin with. Maybe closing down the eyes if you feel comfortable to do so. And just welcoming in the flow of breath today. So calling in that inhale in through the nose. And softly, just for now, releasing the breath back out through the nose, nice and long. Inhale, drawing that breath in. Exhale to softly release. And just repeating this with your own flow of breath. Feeling the sit bones connecting to the earth as the spine grows tall, maybe tucking the chin ever so slightly in towards the chest. And just really starting to tune into the physical sensations of the breath. So with every inhale, feeling the belly and the lungs expanding, filling with air. And as you exhale, that gentle release and collapsing through the heart space and through the tummy, that letting go. So just taking these few moments to be present with the senses that this breath energy is creating, as I say, through the body. And with every exhale, just feeling the body rooting further down into the earth, almost like a tree, the roots splaying out underneath you, the leaves, the branches climbing tall, rooted, grounded here. And with your next inhale, we're going to sip it up in through the nose. And as we exhale, we're going to sigh the breath out through the mouth. Repeating this twice more, inhaling all the way in. Exhale to sigh the breath out. Beautiful. Once more, just like this. Inhale. Exhale to release. Really nice. And just taking your time now to turn that breath back inwards. So drawing the breath in through the nose, out through the nose. And maybe bringing the hands to rest down onto the knees, connecting once again into the body, the physical sensation of touch. And maybe those shoulders just naturally start to roll back as we open through the heart. Lovely. We're going to take an inhale to reach our arms all the way up to the sky, collecting this energy to the palms. And as we exhale, we're going to sigh the breath out, moving the hands back down towards the heart center. Twice more, just like this. Inhale to reach up. Maybe allow the gaze to follow if that feels right for you. Exhale to lower. Once more. Lovely. Exhale, bring those hands down. You're going to stay where you are. I'm just going to turn to the side so that you can easily see me. And we're going to inhale, reach our arms up to the sky, this time opening into a twist. So left hand comes down to right knee, right hand comes back behind us. And we're going to use the right hand to just stabilize us here as we gently begin to open through the chest. Beautiful. And as we come back round, we're going to stretch the right leg out long, bring the left hand to the floor as we open to the other side, and just gently allow the right arm to travel up and over by the ears. Feeling the ground supporting you as you open and lift through the chest. And then as you arrive back down, we're going to bring the left foot to rest to the inside of the right leg. We're going to inhale to find lift, and we're going to exhale to fold forward, maybe with the palms up to the sky, the knee might be bent. Allowing yourself to let go of how you think this should look. And just moving into a place of how the pose feels for you. Maybe if you round the shoulders slightly, you can really find a space of relaxation across the chest, the shoulders. And then bringing ourselves back up nice and slow. We're going to bring the legs back into a fold here, into our seated position. And we're going to inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, release down to the opposite side. Left hand is back behind us, supporting us. And we're going to take our time to stretch out the left leg, bringing the right hand to support behind us as we inhale, lifting up onto the shin here, finding a nice big stretch, say letting go of how you think it should look, move into how it feels, and then as we arrive back down, we come to tuck our toes inwards to the thigh and release over into a forward fold, knee bent here. And as we move through this grounding and Taurus season, moving into romanticizing, enjoying the senses and the simple pleasures of our body, we come from a place of abundance. I have. So knowing that you have all the tools within your practice today. Nothing has to be too much or too little. So from here, we're going to come over to find our tabletop position, just taking a moment to ground the hands into the floor, create length through the top of the head. And we're going to take our time to just tuck our toes here, stretch the fingertips forward towards the top of the mat and melt the heart down, coming into our puppy pose or our melting heart pose. And just noticing how this feels in the shoulders, the lower spine. If at any point you want to sigh the breath out, then do. And just taking everything nice and slow and steady, that Taurus, that bull energy. Really nourishing through our practice today, and we can use our breath to help guide this. Lovely. So taking your time to rise out of this position, we're going to bring the hands slightly back in towards center. We're going to tuck the toes, send those hips up high, arriving into our first downward facing dog. So maybe beginning by pedaling through the legs, pressing the mat, the earth away from you, but feeling really supported within those foundations. And if you like, you can maybe lift up the left leg into three-legged dog. You don't have to. If you don't want to do that today, you can just stay where you are. Maybe draw the knee up towards the nose, and we're all going to place the left foot to the top of the mat and bring the back knee down as we find a lunge here. So really feeling into that front big toe, connecting downwards. You can use your hands as support here, and just feeling that gentle stretch through the hip flexor. And finding what feels intuitively right for you, just as we hold here in this steady pose. So maybe you want to keep the hands down to the earth. You can release the head. Maybe you want to move a little bit deeper into the stretch. You can begin to lift the heart space. Or maybe even rising up and just interlocking the fingers, gently press down onto the thigh. And find that opening through the spine and across the chest. Engaging the core slightly to find our balance. Maybe it feels nice to open the eyes here, or close the eyes even. And welcoming you to stay here for as long as feels comfortable. Really settling into that earthy energy of Taurus season. So no rush to be anywhere, to do anything, to get to the next pose or asana. Almost that yin-like energy, just settling into sensation. And we're going to take our time. You're welcome to stay there a little bit longer, but otherwise just bringing the hands either side of that front foot, that front leg, and we're going to begin to draw back into our half split. As we do, we draw the toes back up towards the face. Option to always walk the hands in as needed. And just coming to a place where we're drawing that left hip back, but still connecting downwards to the earth. And remembering that this is your practice today, so if you want to find some fluidity coming backwards and forwards, you can. But maybe just noticing how it feels to remain in that place of stillness today. Beautiful. We're going to take our time to plant the left foot down. As we do, we're going to turn the toes up towards the corner of our mat, and we're going to come into Skandasana pose. Now you can keep the left foot to the floor, or you can rise up onto the tiptoes. Just depends how sort of open the hips are for you today. And as we come around to the side of the mat, we're going to turn the right toes up to the sky. So you're welcome to play around here, maybe come down to the opposite side. See if you can just linger here for a moment. Practicing the balance, lifting the arms, just finding a little bit of gentle flow, and then we're going to walk ourselves around to the other side. So coming down into Skandasana on the other side, same rules apply. So the toes are pointing to the side and we're sinking those hips nice and low. If you're up on the tiptoes, that's absolutely fine. Lovely, and we're going to turn all the way around towards the back of the mat, ready to repeat that practice on the other side. So we're going to come to find that lunge to begin with. Again, maybe the hands stay down to support. We can lift through the heart space. feeling that opening through the right hip flexor this time. And then taking the time to come up, maybe interlocking the fingers, just gently pressing into the thigh, finding that balance. Maybe the eyes close here. And then gently bringing the hands to find the earth. Tucking the back toes, we can release back to our half split, drawing the right toes up towards the face. And then slowly melting the right toes down to the side, we're going to come round into Skandasana on the other side once again. So taking your time to play around here, excuse any excess noise, and then coming round through center over to the other side, we're going to drop into a forward fold. So bringing the feet as wide as the mat, just taking the toes slightly off, heels on, and we're going to take hold of opposite elbows, maybe keeping a bend in the knees. And just gently swaying the body side to side. Seeing if you can move through the chest. So coming all the way onto one side, gently opening, flowing through center over to the other side. Beautiful, and you're welcome to stay here for as long as you like, just feeling the soles of the feet grounding into the earth. And then we're slowly going to sink the hips. And then we're going to slowly sink the hips down to find our yogi squat here. So again, if you're up on the toes, that's absolutely fine. Maybe taking a gentle sway just from side to side. You can use the hands to the floor to support you. Or maybe even bringing the hands to rest at heart center, prayer position. Sinking the hips and just allowing the breath to flow as you feel down, connected to the earth. And taking the time, we're going to bring the bottom down towards the floor, slowly release. And bringing the legs out in front of us, we can come to find our boat pose here. Now you're welcome to bring the feet to the floor, keep them up or fully extend, that's completely your choice today. But maybe this nice little middle ground, keeping the shoulders soft, spine long. Breathing into the core, feeling that base of the bottom supporting you, finding that balance, all that we've learned. And then taking your time to gently release all the way down to the ground. As you do, bringing the soles of the feet to touch in our cobbler's pose and just letting the rest of the body release to the floor. And as we arrive back down to the earth, just feeling the body surrendering, connecting. If you're practicing outside, maybe tuning into the sensations around you, maybe the sun on your face, the wind caressing the skin. Maybe the distant or close by sounds around you. And the same can be said if maybe you're inside, you have some incense burning, you can tune into the smell, maybe music. Just giving yourself that space to drop into the earth holding you and being at one with that energy. Releasing any attachments. Surrendering into the body and just allowing yourself to lie here, to feel all that is, releasing any attachments, attachment to the body, the breath, disturbances around you. Just give yourself this moment, just you and the earth. I'm going to leave you here to linger with this energy for as long as you feel. Thank you for practicing with me today. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe for more, and I'll see you soon.